get set, because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
Oh yeah, how's everyone doing? It's almost 420 out there, Danksters. What's everyone up to today? It is Movie Monday, and we're getting into a whole mess of Universal monster goodness, guys. We're going to be taking a look at the top 5 Universal monster actors, guys. We're going to be looking at Boris Karloff, how he got his start, what he had to do to become Frankenstein. We're looking at Bela Lugosi. We're looking at Cheney Jr. We're looking at the Bride of Frankenstein. I'm not going to spoil the whole list for you guys, but we're going to freaking dog snapped another plant down too. Oh my goodness gracious. Somebody give that dog a ticket. Somebody give that dog a ticket. You don't break plants where I'm from, dog. How's everyone doing? Oh, man. Welcome to It's 420 Somewhere. I'm your host, Brian Brown. And what you've stumbled into is the craziest, the wildest, the wackiest 420 countdown show known to man, guys. We get crazy. We do Movie Monday. We do Paranormal Tuesday. We got a good one tomorrow, guys. Wait till you check that out. Who's heard of the band Badfinger? They were supposed to be the Beatles. Yeah, just wait till we get into appreciate that. Just wait until we get into this conspiracy, guys. The Beatles, John Lennon supposedly signed off on this. Badfinger, we're going to take the place of the Beatles. They even have a hit song that you might think is the Beatles. So we're going to be getting into that tomorrow, guys. Today is Universal Monster Movie Monday. All of October, we're tackling the movie monsters, and we're getting into Phantom of the Opera, guys. This is the OG. This is the original. This is by far the original, guys. So Dracula was the one that actually started making them money, but this Phantom of the Opera was the original one that they thought could make them a lot of money. Kind of opened the door to these horror films, if you will. So I think it's super important to look at that, look at the history, because it made Universal what it is, man. It opened the doors of that. I heard of a good toe, but not a bad finger. Nice. I love you guys, man. You guys make this show great. All right, guys, we got about 4 minutes for 420. What's everyone getting into today, man? I just got a bunch of random weed just laying around here. What do I got? I got some Lit House, guys. I'm going to be getting into some Lit House. This is a too small Paragon, guys. This is a Paragon coming in the 28% range. I don't know if they still have some of these, but man, $15 an eighth, guys. Woo, really good. I'm excited. Then of course, you guys know I always load up with my crumble. So what I do is I get my weed here. As you guys can see, I got my weed, put it in my bowl, and then I fill it about, hey, Nancy, how you doing? Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Chantel, how you doing? Lonnie, how you doing? I fill my bowl halfway, and then I put the wax. I do a nice little thin layer of wax, and then I put the rest of the flour on top, put that in my bong, and I freaking go off to the moon, guys. That's the way I smoke. There's no right way to smoke. There's no wrong way to smoke. Whatever does it for you, that's what does it for me. I remember the first time I ever tried a shatter with it, or any kind of wax concentrate. I was a vape guy. A little flour, but didn't, I started dabbling in flour a little bit. And I went to a dispensary and they give you like the free pack the first time. This is how it used to be. The free pack when you would buy stuff at a dispensary. I was on vacation. It was in Anaheim. And I come home and I Google, how do I smoke shatter? And it told me the easiest way would be to put it in the weed. So I did. And oh my God, my eyesight got better. My hearing got clearer. I was more energetic. And that's the only way I've smoked since, guys. Vape and flower. Yeah, that's another good one. You know, one that I call the Bam Bam is when you get your bong and you get your dab rig. You freaking hit the bong or you hit your dab rig, up to you what you want to hit first. And then you immediately hit the bong or immediately hit the dab rig right after. So you bam, bam, and oh my God, if you want to take the best nap of your life, double bang a bam bam. Double bang a bam bam? Sounds dirty. What, the Bud Pharmacy seems so old school? Yeah. Oh man, Bud Pharmacy's way old school, guys. They got some decent weed over there. Not not like the Healing Center at 1400 Needles Highway, but Needles, California. The prices can't be beat, and the weed is complete. But Bud Pharmacy, not bad. Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot at all, guys. I'm trying to walk the line there. All right, guys, we got about a minute before 420, and then we're going to be getting into all sorts of craziness, guys. All sorts of a double banger. Yes, Marvin Martian. Bam, bam. All right. I used to double bud, bong a bud, and then a butt wiper. What's a butt wiper? All right, guys, you got about a minute. Blow up those comments. What are you getting into? Who's got that bong? Who's got that dabbery? Who's got that pipe? Who's got that flaming hot Cheeto? Bud Light. Oh, Bud Light. Bud Wiper. I get it. I get it now. Sometimes the translation. Guys, blow up those comments. Let me know what you're getting into. I want you to inhale the positivity, exhale that negativity, guys, because it's Monday and it's 420. What? And boom, how was your 420? Mine was great, guys. Mine was great. Oh, dance, piggies, dance. That's right. My brother saw a ghost in the bathroom as a kid. He said, silver guy dancing after the pig looks just like him. Was the ghost dancing in the bathroom? Or was he just chilling and he just looks like the dancing guy? I'm confused. Pineapple Express vape. That's my favorite. That's my favorite vape of all the vapes, guys. Oh man, it looks like he wasn't dancing. That would be weird. Who's seen a dancing ghost before? That who's seen a dancing ghost? Oh man. Who remembers that show, Ghost Hunters? I guess it's back on, but that was like the OG paranormal show. I remember, what was it, about 15 years ago, maybe even longer. Damn, that show first came out. All the moms, all the single moms, all the stay-at-home moms fell into the ghost trap of the Ghost Hunters. That was a great show. Great show. It's back on, but it doesn't. Grant Wilson, yes, exactly. The show doesn't have the flair that it used to, or maybe it was just we're tainted now. We got Zach Baggins. Everything's a fucking journey to the portal to hell. I like the ghost hunters. They seem legit. They seem like, hey, why don't we try to debunk this instead of claiming it a portal to hell when it's the washing machine spinning off balance. All right, guys, before we jump into more of this, we're going to jump into our gal, Aurora Hayes, guys, and we're going to be looking at the top. Whoa, we're going to be looking at my camera just gave out. That's what we're going to be looking at. All right. And camera back on. All right, we're going to be looking at our gal, the top 5 Universal monster actors, guys. We're talking we're talking Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, all the great ones, guys, and we're going to give you a little history. This is a really, really good Aurora Hayes moment, guys, so let's check it out. Top 5 Universal monster actors. Let's do
In the 1940s when the jazz was fine, had our mind set on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes we danced through the haze, imagined adventures that would forever amaze. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days, spark those cannabis dreams in a magical ways. With every puff our spirits would rise to limitless heights under star skies. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days.
Hello, my frightful friends. This is Aurora Hayes, your host from thedailydank.com. Let's get ready to buckle up, because I've got a hilarious tale to kick off this monster mash. Picture this. I'm at a costume party, right? Everyone's having a blast, and in walks this towering figure decked out head to toe as Frankenstein's monster. I'm talking Hollywood-level makeup. The works. For a brief, heart-stopping moment, I thought we'd been gate-crashed by the real deal. It turned out to be a prank by a friend, but let me tell you, it was a testament to the lasting impression these Universal monster actors have left on us. They've become so iconic, so ingrained in our culture, that seeing one in the flesh, even if just a costume, can still give us quite the jolt. So, without further ado, here are the top 5 Universal monster actors of all time. The first on our list needs no introduction. It's the man who brought Frankenstein's monster to life, Boris Karloff. This legendary actor, synonymous with the classic horror genre, was no overnight sensation. Karloff's journey to fame was a long and winding road which began in the world of silent films. In the early 20s, Karloff was a journeyman actor, working in dozens of silent movies, often uncredited. But it was his role as the iconic Frankenstein's monster in the early 30s that propelled him to stardom. With his towering figure and mesmerizing gaze, Karloff's portrayal of the tragic monster touched hearts and chilled spines, forever etching his name in Hollywood's Hall of Fame. But Karloff was not just a one-trick pony. He was also a prolific voice actor. His deep, resonant voice filled living rooms across America, lending life to characters in radio dramas and animated films. Most notably, he was the voice and narrator of the classic Christmas story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Boris Karloff's career was as diverse as it was long. He was equally at home, whether he was playing a misunderstood monster, a mad scientist, or even a grumpy Grinch. His ability to evoke emotion with just his voice or a simple look was truly remarkable. From silent films to voicing the Grinch, there's no doubt Boris Karloff made an indelible mark on cinematic history. Next up, we have the original Prince of Darkness, Bela Lugosi. Lugosi, with his captivating gaze and hypnotic voice, forever etched his name in the annals of horror cinema with his iconic portrayal of Dracula. His performance was so impactful that it not only defined his career but also set the standard for the character of Dracula for generations to come. But did you know that Lugosi's life was as fascinating as his on-screen persona? Prior to his Hollywood fame, Lugosi was a prominent actor in his native Hungary and even played a significant role in the Hungarian Revolution. His political activities led to his exile, which eventually brought him to the silver screens of Hollywood. Lugosi's journey from a political activist to the Prince of Darkness is a testament to his versatility and talent. His charm, charisma, and unique interpretation of Dracula have left an indelible mark on the genre. Bela Lugosi, a man of many talents, brought a certain charm to the role of Dracula that has yet to be matched. Now, let's delve into the lives of Lon Cheney Jr., Claude Rains, and Elsa Lanchester, actors who brought other memorable monsters to life. Starting with Lon Cheney Jr., he was the man behind the tragic figure of the Wolfman. Cheney Jr. was a talented actor, but he often found himself grappling with the curse of typecasting. Despite this, he managed to bring a raw vulnerability to his role as the Wolfman that resonated with audiences. His portrayal of a man trapped in a monstrous form was so poignant that it transcended the horror genre and left a lasting mark on the world of cinema. Moving on to Claude Rains, a master of the stage who seamlessly transitioned to the silver screen. Rains was a versatile actor, known for his roles in both horror and drama. However, he is best remembered for his portrayal of the Invisible Man, a role for which his expressive voice and impeccable timing were key. Despite his character being invisible for the majority of the film, Rains' performance was so compelling that he left an indelible imprint on the audience's mind. Last, but certainly not least, we have Elsa Lanchester. While she is most famous for her iconic role as the Bride of Frankenstein, Lanchester was an accomplished actress with a diverse career. She was a woman of many talents, from her dramatic performances on stage and screen to her comedic roles in films and television. Her portrayal of the Bride of Frankenstein showcased her ability to convey a range of emotions with minimal dialogue, making her character one of the most memorable in the Universal Monsters series. These actors brought depth and humanity to the monsters they portrayed, proving that there's more to these creatures than meets the eye. Their performances remind us that beneath the monstrous exterior, there often lies a tragic figure, a misunderstood outcast, or a tormented soul. They showed us that monsters can be relatable and even sympathetic characters, a testament to their incredible acting skills. So, the next time you find yourself watching a classic monster flick, take a moment to appreciate the talent and craft that these actors brought to their roles. It's their performances that have made these films timeless classics. These actors brought depth and humanity to the monsters they portrayed, proving that there's more to these creatures than meets the eye. That wraps up our top 5 Universal monster actors. What an incredible journey into the heart of cinematic horror we've embarked on together. Let's take a moment to revisit the chilling and charismatic characters that have left indelible marks on the silver screen. We began with Boris Karloff, the man beneath the bandages in The Mummy, who not only terrified audiences but also became a beloved figure in children's entertainment. His versatility and commitment to his craft continue to inspire actors today. Next, we delved into the life of Bela Lugosi, the quintessential Dracula. His hypnotic stare and eerie accent set the standard for vampire portrayals. Yet his contributions weren't confined to the screen. He also advocated for actors' rights in Hollywood. We then explored the lives of Lon Cheney Jr., Claude Rains, and Elsa Lanchester. Cheney, the only actor to play all 4 of Universal's iconic monsters, Rains, the unforgettable Invisible Man with a career spanning over 6 decades, and Lanchester, the electrifying Bride of Frankenstein, who was also an accomplished character actress. These actors not only brought life to the monsters we love, but also broke barriers and set standards in the world of cinema. Their performances and contributions will forever remain etched in the annals of film history. Thanks for joining me, Aurora Hayes, on this monster of a journey. Stay spooky, my friends, and remember our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles, is always there for your cannabis needs. Until next time.
Hey, she didn't say it. She didn't say just keep smoking. Oh man, I put that in there. All right, guys, how's everyone doing? That was pretty good. Before we get into the Phantom of the Opera movie, guys, the OG, the original Universal monster movie, I want to talk about Lon Cheney. We talked about Lon Cheney Jr. Right now, but his dad. Before we get in, it played the Phantom of the Opera. Lon Cheney Sr. Played Phantom of the Opera, played the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and a few others. And man, his life is super fascinating. He started out as a vaudevillian comedian, vaudevillian, whatever that is, a comedian, and kind of like a physical comic, and fell in love with a young lady, a singer. And they decided to get married young, did their thing. They were performing on the same circus. Well, she decided she was going to have an affair. She's going to bang some other guys. And he didn't like that. So he filed for divorce. Not only did he file for divorce, his act was a little better than hers. So he tried to get her fired. Oh, man. And this is where the fun comes in. They already had their they had a child, Junior, Lon Cheney Jr. Believe that wasn't his name at birth, but it is what it is. And so she comes out on stage after getting wind that she's going to be fired because she cheated on her husband. He doesn't want her there. So in the middle of his act, he's up there cutting a rug like old Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with that? And she comes up and drinks a bottle of acid right on stage in front of everyone, burns her vocal cords, burns everything. His career is ruined. Her career is ruined because she can never sing again. So then he decides he's going to pivot. But so she gets committed, acid, drinking acid. So he decides to tell his son that his mom was dead. And we're going to see how that comes back around. But this is this is Lon Cheney. That's his I guess origin story. At that point. So then he meets someone from Universal, and they start talking Phantom of the Opera. And did you see the Lugosi mirror I did see the Lugosi's mirror. I want to do it again now that I know a little bit more about it. I didn't feel nothing. I stared into it for a minute, and I would like to do it again now that I know a little bit. That's actually going to be a one I want to do. They don't let you record in there, so that's the bummer. But I can come out and tell you guys my experiences and get some video. So maybe that's going to be an adventure pretty soon. All right, guys. Since we're going to start talking Fan of the Opera, let's get into Movie Monday. All right, guys, it is Movie Monday. Hey, what's up, Mr. Crispers? Don't be doing that to me, Mr. Crispers. You fucked me all up. It's Tuesday. What? That does happen to me sometimes. All right, guys, let's get into this. We are talking the OG, the Phantom of the Opera. This is the first Universal monster film of all time, guys. The haunting and elegance of the original Phantom of the Opera, unmasking the hidden gems. Once upon a time in Hollywood, guys, the golden era of silent cinema, an eerie tale was brought to life, a story of passion, obsession, and a mass musical genius lurking beneath the Grand Paris Opera House. This tale, The Phantom of the Opera, has become one of the most iconic and enduring pieces of classic cinema. But beyond the captivating performances and the hauntingly beautiful story lies a treasure trove of lesser-known facts that contribute to its timeless allure. So this movie, man, this was the OG, guys. This was the original monster movie. They hadn't Nosferatu might have been around a little bit, but this is the OG. This is the talkie. This is the talkie. They can hear stuff instead of silent films. So that's where we're at with this. This is the first one. Universal isn't doing so great financially right now. They're playing around, trying to find, but they really like this idea. They really like this guy, Cheney, and not Dick Cheney. And they're gonna do their thing. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Wait, what? And they're gonna experiment. They're gonna put it on the line here, guys. And Phantom of the Opera. It was already a classic. People already knew it. The silent, spectacular birth of the opera. The Phantom of the Opera first graced its silver screen in 1925, directed by Rupert Julian. However, it's not the first adaptation of Gaston's Lorex's 1910 novel. A silent film version was created in 1916, but the 25 production is the one that left an indelible mark on cinematic history. The film's grandeur was befitting of its Parisian setting. The Grand Paris Opera House, the Hart's film's eerie beauty, was not set by the real deal. The filmmakers had to access the actual opera house, and it adds to an authenticity that's difficult to replicate. The iconic location provided a lavish and detailed backdrop for the unfolding drama. I did not know that. They actually used the actual opera house on that. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, as a filmmaker, there is no better sets than the actual locations. Like if you could go to a supermarket and film in the supermarket, 100 times better than building a supermarket. I know you lose some, quality, you lose a little bit of convenience, but in the end, man, it's a real grocery store. I filmed this movie. If there weren't any boobies and I didn't watch it. Mr. Crisper, speaking of that, guys, not to get sidetracked, starting next Monday, or maybe we'll do it on a different day, guys, we are jumping into football. I'm not the biggest football fan, but I know a lot of you are. So starting on Mondays, guys, I think we're going to do Monday morning quarterback, where I review on the 7:10 a.m. show the season of the California Bowls. That's right, guys. NFL's greatest. The California Bowl. I don't know if it was called NFL. Who remembers the HBO series First and 10? I started watching it again with Delta Burke, O.J. Simpson, Tiny Zeus Lester, Devo is in it. All sorts of guys. The bad guys from Roadhouse is in it, guys. We are going to be doing two episodes a week where I break it down. This is a show that's so daring. There's so much racism in this show, guys. So much blatant racism and so much blatant rape. Oh my God. There's so much comedic rape in this series. We're going to get into it, guys. But all you football lovers, jump on the California Bowls bandwagon. We're going old school. First and 10, HBO, guys. Monday morning quarterback. Don't miss it. We're going to get into it. All right, let's get back into our meat and potatoes, guys. So that's where we're at here. 100 times better if you guys if you can use the actual place as a set, that's 100% better. While the film itself was grand, it was Lon Cheney's transformation performance as the Phantom that truly stole the show. Cheney, known as the Man of 1,000 Faces. Now remember, up until this point, he was a physical comedian. He knew how to bend his body and do certain physical acts. He was a master of makeup and transformation. His role as Eric, the disfigured and tormented Phantom, Cheney designed his own makeup. The extent of his transformation was a well-guarded secret on set, and Cheney's reveal on screen was nothing short of jaw-dropping. Cheney's portrayal of the Phantom remains iconic, even in the world of CGI and advanced makeup effects. His dedication to the role went so far that he had to eat lunch alone in his makeup to avoid shocking his fellow cast and crew. His commitment to the character laid the foundation for how the Phantom envisioned to this day. Unmasking. The magic, special effects, and innovation, guys. The Phantom of the Opera was a pioneer in special effects for its time. It utilized innovation techniques to create eerie and suspenseful scenes. The unmasking, which was huge, of the Phantom was a moment that sent shivers down the spines. I don't know if you guys remember, they spent the whole movie. He was like, hey, you can live here. You can come and go as you please. I'm not a monster, but don't ever touch my mask. Don't ever try to see my face. A very, I guess, remember the 5th of November. What is that? With the mask? I forget what the name of that movie is, with Natalie Portman. V for Vendetta. Very V for Vendetta. I think they took a lot of vibes from Phantom of the Opera. And that unmasking, man, when you saw his face for the first time, that was back then. Oh my God, people gasped, people fainted. It was a huge deal. This was achieved through the careful combination of practical effects and clever editing. The subtle use of color tinting added an extra layer of depth to the experience. The film was a testament to the creative minds of the silent era, as it incorporated elements that are still used in today's horror genre. It didn't rely on spoken words to send chills down the audience spine. The haunting visuals and orchestration by the Universal Symphony Orchestra kept viewers on the edge of their seats. Yeah, you know what? The soundtrack on this was another thing that just drew you in. The sets, the makeup, the lack of words, man. It's called show biz, not show tell or tell biz, right? You want to show, you don't want to tell. That was one thing they taught us in film school. But that, in horror movies, especially suspenseful, dramatic, you can do a lot with body. Language. You can do a lot with physical emotion instead of using the words A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I. Well, thank you, Lonnie. um, so that's kind of where they went. And that's where I kind of want to talk about the music of this, man. The score of this thing is so powerful. One lesser known fact is the Phantom of the Opera was never intended to be a silent film. Originally, Universal Pictures planned to create a part talkie with the few synchronized sound sequences. However, the filmmakers decided that the film worked better in its original silent format, and they stuck with it. But what truly elevated the silent film experience was the power of the music. I mean, this really set it up, guys. The music of this, really, really set up the suspense and the thrill. And I think it gave birth to the scores of movies and the horror movies, especially. The live orchestra, led by conductor Joseph Kernofsky, Sky, was an integral part of the cinematic experience. The score was not only a simple background accompaniment, but a dramatic part of the storytelling. The grand opera scenes, underscored by the magnificent live orchestra, created an immersive experience that is still unmatched in the world of silent cinema. Yeah, this went way above and beyond. They were able to throw some, they had some talkies going, but the original idea was to keep it silent, but to let the music do the talking, and it really did. While the original Phantom of the Opera has left an indelible mark in the realm of silent cinema, its legacy extended far beyond the screen. In 1929, Universal Pictures released a sound version of the film, which added dialogue and music, making one of the earliest adaptations to the in a corporate sound. The story continued to be retold through the years, becoming a cherished part of pop culture. From Andrew Lloyd Webber's iconic stage adaptation to countless films and TV versions, the Phantom's tragic tale endures. The 1925 silent film, with its haunting beauty and captivating performances, laid the foundation for the enduring appeal of the Phantom. In conclusion, The Phantom of the Opera is not just a classic film, it's a timeless masterpiece that continues to mesmerize audiences with its innovation, a blend of innovation, heart-wrenching drama, the enigmatic face behind the mask, Lon Cheney's haunting portrayal, and the power of live music all contributes to its enduring legacy. As we unmask the hidden gems of this creation, we find that the allure of this classic film remains as potent as ever, beckoning us into the world of the opera ghost and his enduring tale of love and tragedy. And that's right, guys. And that was. Thank you. Thank you. That was The Phantom of the Opera. And I'm telling you, there's a lot. If you guys like V for Vendetta, I'm telling you, V for Vendetta took the main thing from Phantom of the Opera, And I'm telling you, if you rewatch it and you see the unmasking at the end, yeah, it's a big, big deal. You got to remember for that time too. And Lon Cheney, very underrated, man. He had passed away, unfortunately, before Frankenstein. And even Boris Karloff had said, I'm just stepping in. Like Lon Chaney should be Frankenstein. He's the man for this. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Lon Chaney actually put his legs. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, put his legs in buckets so he could be legless at one point, and and folded them into buckets. And he was just such a physical actor, and he didn't mind putting his body. He's very much a Mick Foley kind of guy. He didn't mind getting thrown around. He didn't mind. It's not show friends, it's show biz. That's right. My favorite saying there, Mike, in the movie entertainment industry, whatever you want to call it, is in this industry. An old timer told me this one time. In this industry, you can either make money or make friends. I have enough fucking friends. I'm here to make money, guys. That's what I gotta say. All of Scott Hall and Wahoo McDaniel on that one. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeah, man. This Universal Monsters paving the road for horror movies to come. There's a lot that we can thank these people for. Lon Cheney, just great, great, great. A lot of good stuff, guys. Fire in the Sky. That's another one. All right. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I got to go run. And speaking of Lon Cheney, I got to go handle. That sounded horrible, so I'm not even going to say it. Got to go see a man about a horse, even though I don't. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Oh, man. I need that heroin. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I got to hit the road. I will be back at 7:10 a.m. with the greatest morning show of all time, guys. Lawn Dog. That's right. All right, guys. Appreciate you. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you in the morning, guys. Remember, stay positive, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com.
Check out our merchandise and amazing content.
And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
If you're still watching on the morning show tomorrow, first one that mentions Lon, Lon Cheney, gets a prize. Oh, that's right. Mention Lon Cheney on the 7:10 a.m. show and you might get a prize.